This is a level 1 certification trail. It's about 0.3 miles, almost 40 minutes old, in some pretty difficult conditions, very muddy and swampy. The purpose of the video is really going to show just a couple points. Number one, to give you an idea of how easily we can be seen trailing from a distance if somebody's watching us. This perspective is from the subject of the search, the person that we're actually looking for. A little bit later on, you're going to see a trail cam that picks us up running towards it, and then towards the end of the video you'll see the subject again videotaping us coming in, and a wonderful proximity alert by the dog from two different perspectives. Proximity alerts are probably the most important trailing tracking dog body language that a handler should be able to pick up on. It's that single item that might save their life on a high-risk track. If the handler can detect it, read it properly, and react accordingly, they oftentimes can stay out of harm's way just because they know they're getting close. If the subject is armed, that proximity alert may be the only thing preventing that trigger getting pulled. This section of the video can be a little bit confusing. It makes it appear that we're very, very close to the subject. In all actuality, the trail layer was using a 75 zoom lens and was picking us up from quite a distance. It was over 200 yards away. This is the same section of trail, but from my perspective, following behind the handler. This section is the trail cam picking us up coming in. It's about where the subject's camera had left off. The next section of video is of the proximity alert from the view of the subject. You're going to see the dog plainly hit on the fresh odor of the subject nearby. The interesting thing is that the subject was upwind. There's no way that the dog could get that wind scent. The wind was blowing away from the dog. However, the dog knew he was close. You're going to see this coming up here pretty quick. Watch the dog's body language all of a sudden change. She stops and she stares in the direction of the subject. And then she continues on with the trail. Now you're going to see the proximity alert from my perspective. It's still pretty plain as day, and we definitely have some time to react. But in this case, the handler's not quite aware of what a proximity alert is. He's still learning how to read the dog and just some basic trailing techniques. He didn't understand how close he was actually getting to danger. You'll be able to see the perspective of distance from this portion of the video. We were about 75 yards away from where the subject was hiding. We were in a relatively safe zone, especially if the subject had only been armed with a handgun. The solution would have been to stop at the proximity alert at the entry into the marsh and then to back up off into the woods, into cover and concealment, and make a plan on how to approach. The next section of video is going to show the real danger zone. It's when the handler and the dog get directly underneath the subject. The handler knows he's there, but the dog really doesn't. She can't see him. She's actually working just odor. She had a general idea where he was, but she couldn't pinpoint it. She could never see him from a distance.